Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Bourbon Bar. I'm Holden. This is Josh. And yeah, your name, right?
No.
Well, it's someone. There's a stranger in my house, and needless to say, the only thing left to do when there's a stranger in your house
is touch him.
I was gonna say give him a lort. I went in completely different directions.
All right.
So it's Malort time for Mr. Senor Josh. Just kidding. Well, that's gonna come up a little bit later. But that being said,
old friend.
Wow, Josh was in the chat before he even got on the stream.
I didn't even know I was going to be here until like 3 seconds ago. So
Yeah,
I just showed up.
I bet. Because it is a good way to turn a beginner off. However, he loves Malort. He has once drank a third bottle of it in one sitting. I think I showed you guys a video of it, actually.
Yeah.
I think I put it on. I showed you guys on one of the live streams of him just annihilating a bottle of Malort. So, but you know that's the rule: is you have to drink Malort when you're first on the Bourbon Bar. Otherwise, you can't be on the Bourbon Bar. So, but we'll drink whiskey first.
Even though technically I've been on here before, but like
yeah, but you weren't drinking on here.
Well, technically
different. You weren't 21. You couldn't drink fucking Malort.
We were just drinking flavorful.
Yeah, but you couldn't drink Malort. You weren't 21. Anyway. But we're gonna do that at the end because I don't want to fuck up his palate for when he,
tries different things.
Gets into this whiskey. Dan Bino is here. Says Bino in the house. Cheers, Bino. Cheers to you, good sir. Welcome to it. Sugar Kitty's also here. Says meow. Hashtag multitasking. Sugar Kitty, meow. Back to you. What's going on in your life tonight? Casey Sizzler says Fire Stick update will be the death of me. Yeah, that'll happen. Nothing pisses me off more than having updates to download. But casually, the internet is garbage right now. If your phone's on the internet, you should take it off because
I don't even know if I have your internet on my phone.
The internet is garbage right now. It's a little blurry, but it's not actually so bad. I hate T-Mobile internet. Whatever. That's besides the point. So
TDS is better.
Tell the people about yourself, Josh.
What do you want to know? What do the people want to know?
I don't know. Just say the last time you were on the channel, what you did. And
last time I was on the channel, I was 20, so we drank non-alcoholic whiskey and non-alcoholic beer, and the whiskey was absolutely disgusting. Yeah,
it was not good at all.
No, that was like worse than Malort. Like
that low key, you're right.
That would give like a good gag gift to someone who likes
emphasis on the gag.
Yeah. Oh, very big emphasis on the gag. I think you almost puked, didn't you?
I wanted to.
Yeah, it was nasty.
It was gross.
Not ideal flavoring. Yeah, then we did that, and then I turned 21, and then.
So now what do you do? Go to school?
Now I'm just a heavy alcoholic. No, I'm just kidding. No, now I go to school at University of Wisconsin Stout, which is fun. I'm going for rehabilitation services with a minor in psychology. So.
Ooh, big fancy man over here.
Well, I gotta do something good. So.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. You gotta do something with your life.
Right.
Man, you certainly can see a lot of the computer here. I almost wonder if I should zoom in a little bit. Yeah, I'm gonna just to give the people what they want.
Rotate it like my way too.
Oh, too much. Oh shit.
No, you're good. There, yeah. Now zoom in.
There we go. That's a little bit better. Good enough. Good enough for the people I date. Wait, I can't date people. I'm married.
Yeah.
Speaking of, Lauren is sorry that she can't be here tonight, everybody, but she is working at the Station 1 Brewing, so she is busy. That being said, Josh is going to do well to fill in on her absence, although those are pretty big shoes to fill. So
yeah, she did not look happy leaving either, because I waved at her, she waved back, and then drove by I was like,
Probably just doesn't want to have to be at work.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't want to be at work either.
Yeah, you're not at work.
I feel like I'm at work. Every time I hang out with you, it's like a job.
Yeah, I know, I suck.
That's why Lauren pays me so much to hang out with you.
That's true. That's true. Yes.
Just kidding.
So Sugar says a whole lot of corned beef is in my life all day. 8 hours in the crock pot. I fuck with corned beef.
Where's the invite?
Yeah. Let's go drive over there. Mr. Derek Whiting also makes corned beef around the around the Irish time. Why is it escaping? St. Paddy's Day. Holy shit.
So like next weekend?
Yeah, typically. But I don't know if he is this year. But he like
Holy.
smokes a whole ass like corned beef brisket.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Holy
And
fuck.
it's good.
Nice.
Makes my mouth water. Speaking of, where is that devil? Casey Hizzard says, why is the camera so far left? You want to know what, Casey? I've had enough of your attitude, mister. Also,
Probably because he doesn't like me on the camera because I'm so sexy.
I feel like...
Should I move over?
Yeah. There we go. I probably could move the camera over that way a little bit, but it's okay. I'm done fucking with it.
Yeah.
NA Whiskey is definitely gag material. Absolutely,
Yes.
it is. Miranda Bourbon's in the chat says, what a friggin' noob. Absolutely. This guy is just a joke. A joke of a whiskey drinker.
Yeah,
That's what I gotta say. But cheers, Miranda. Welcome to it. That's facts. Embarrassment. Sugar, he says local grocery stores have corned beef on sale week before, week of, and week after St. Patrick's Day. Then that's, I suppose, a good time to buy it. Like I said, I love corned beef, but Josh and I are actually having an extreme diet competition right now. $50 on the line until May 5th. May 5th. I'm going to be dieting a little bit longer than that after that, but our competition's on the 5th. And so, yeah, we can't really afford to cheat, a.k.a. eat corned beef. I think he was talking to you. Oh. He wasn't. I swear to God he wasn't. Okay. So, that being said, I put these bottles out here because it's kind of like beginner new whiskey, but it's not what necessarily we're going to be drinking today. And granted, you've tried. So Josh has tried a majority, not even a majority by a long shot, but Josh has tried a good amount of my whiskey. And it, means that he can move on slightly into some better stuff. But really what I'm going to do today is I'm going to pull out some bottles that he hasn't had. I'm going to line them up a couple, have him A-B them, compare them, and teach him how to pull notes out of a glass. Miranda says, what does this extreme diet entail? Not eating.
Ever. Dry fasting for 4 months.
Food is fucking dead to us.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. We actually just like what we do.
Supplements. We just eat supplements.
Yeah, we literally we take creatine all day, and then every time we get hungry, we go to the grocery store and we look down the aisles, and that just about fills us up. Yeah, and if we want to have a cheat meal, we'll go through the McDonald's drive-thru and just look in the window
and smell.
Yeah, and that's it, and then we'll drive away.
I actually can't afford the calories of smelling McDonald's.
No, me either. Oh fuck. Okay. So
it's actually so bad that I refuse to drink as well. So
I didn't know. I know that we're gonna be live streaming and you're gonna be drinking whiskey and I'm gonna be over here with one glass. I'm gonna have one glass and I'm gonna kind of sniff along with you, but I'm not really gonna do a whole lot of drinking tonight because
I'm just trying to fatten me up.
Sabotage. That's what I call sabotage. So basically, for those of you, you guys are we're actually so smart. The smartest way to get skinny is to not eat. Everyone knows that. We're going to start Josh off on a pretty simple guy here. Actually, I think this one's a really nice one. A really nice tame whiskey to start off on. So we're going to start Josh off. Have you tried this?
No.
On the Michter's American, unblended American whiskey. This comes in at 83.4 proof. That's 41.7% alcohol. It's easy. Low proof, great warm-up whiskey, especially for someone who doesn't drink very often. And, so I suppose I can give you more than that.
No, easy. I'm on a diet, dude.
I'll give myself a little nip. So basically, Josh, what you're going to do is you're going to take that whiskey, you're going to slam all of it, and then when you're done, you're going to ask me for another pour, and you're going to slam again.
No. So, I didn't eat enough today for that.
What's going to happen is I'm going to get Josh completely wasted until he gets so hungry that he just binge eats on everything he sees. I have cookies in the other room. They're on standby. So when he gets...
You almost asked for one, but I was like, No, I can't. I need to save myself.
Lauren just gets hungry and makes what she wants, and she can afford to eat it because she eats like one cookie and she'll be good for like a couple hours. Whereas I would need an entire tray of cookies if I was going to do that. But so they're just cookies sitting over there. But luckily, I've been on my grind lately, and cookies don't appeal to me right now. And Derek says, "Cheers, everyone! Cheers to you, Mr. Derek Whiting. How are you now?" We were just talking about corned beef. Are you making corned beef this year? Because I haven't heard anything about the corned beef. Not that I'm going to eat any. I said that I wasn't probably going to eat any. But I'm curious. Don't you even think about it. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into this whiskey. So this, Josh, is American whiskey. It means it's not a bourbon. It's not a rye. It's just unblended American whiskey. I don't actually know a whole lot of the laws on this, apart from the fact that it's made in America.
Doesn't have to be like a certain time that it sits to be considered a whiskey or something.
Well, for a whiskey, it has to be aged in a barrel, basically. Bourbon has to be aged in a new oak barrel instead of a used one, whereas Scotch and stuff, you can get that aged in a used barrel. But as far as American whiskey goes, I don't know. Sugar Kitty will probably tell me, sure, because Sugar Kitty's honestly the smartest one in the chat right now. Well, I can't say that. There's a lot of smart people in the chat. I'm just not one of them. I'm good with a different diet. The Girl Scout cookie diet, all day, all night, nothing but Girl Scout cookies. That sounds quite nice. I love Girl Scout cookies, especially the Samoas. Oh, dude, give me a Samoa, put me in a room by myself. Things will happen. Shree says that is a very nice sweet treat. Yeah, it is.
Sweet treat.
Derek Whiting says, no, Menard said I have to work all day, but I'll make it later. Good. Maybe you can make it when I'm not dieting, and I'll munch. I'll eat some.
May 6th.
No, I'm not. So what's happening is I'm going to Casey's wedding. Mr. Casey Tisler in the chat, on May 10th in Mexico. So the week of that wedding is my basically deadline. And Josh isn't going, but he just wanted to have a deadline with me because we're competing. So we just made that our deadline. But what's really going to happen is I'm going to go on this vacation, not eat so much, and then come back and just keep dieting.
I just plan on keep dieting. I'm not going because, well, I wasn't invited for obvious reasons. But
also, you don't have $2,500 just
that too
to Mexico.
But I'm just gonna keep going because, I don't know. So far, I don't really mind it.
It's honestly not so hard to diet.
No, dieting's easy. It's just watching
starting
when
hard.
And what you eat. Yeah,
starting is hard. After I've said this. I think I probably even said on the channel a lot. Dieting is a lot like alcoholism. It's like as soon as you're on the wagon, you're fine. But as soon as you fall off, it's 10 times harder to get back on. So I literally haven't eaten any kind of sweets or junk food, none at all, ever. Not even a bite. Accidentally, Lauren spilled ice cream. I had to hold her ice cream and some melted onto my finger. And that one drop of ice cream in my mouth, because I just subconsciously wanted to clean my hand, was the only sweets that I've eaten in the last 3 weeks. Which doesn't seem like a long time, but it feels like we've been at it for a minute.
I ate 3 Cerrugi's bars last night. I was so serious.
Are you serious?
I was like, man, Cerrugi's chocolate sounds busting right now.
I got this in this competition. It ain't a competition. I got this in the bag. Casey, I did not give him the spot. I told him about it, but I did not get the chance to give it to him because we got real busy. Doing the bowling. I fuck with the Girl Scout cookies so hard. Casey really loves the chocolate peanut butter ones.
What? Sorry, what?
Casey loves the chocolate peanut butter Girl Scout cookies. Those are his favorite. If you guys want his address, email me and I'll have you send him boxes of the peanut butter ones. He loves peanut butter. Big peanut butter guy. I like bourbon a lot. Says, cheers everyone. Hey man, how's it going today? How are you doing? Enjoying the fine weather? Because I love it. It's, by the way guys, 70 degrees and sunny here in Wisconsin today. Amazing.
Can't wait for Thursday, Friday where it's supposed to be fucking cold though.
Well, honestly, I live for days like today where it's like, I love summer, right? But like nothing beats spring when you just sat around all winter,
right,
hating the cold. And that first couple warm days come. Dude, I walk out of work and I'm dead serious. I literally uncontrollably smile. I literally walk out. The warmth gets on me and the sun and the air, and I just like breathe in and I look up and I just like have this like big geeky smile on my face, uncontrollable. I'm not even fucking lying. It's just how it is. Robin White is in chat says cheers all. Robin, cheers to you. How are you doing tonight? Casey says huge peanut butter guy with a pukey face, maybe even a death face. And I like bourbon a lot, says it's beautiful out, and that it is. Yes, I gave him a bottle for his birthday, but the one that is from you, Casey, I have not given him yet. Let's drink this whiskey. So on the nose here, Josh kind of knows what he's doing a little bit. This is kind of more of a Josh gets to explore my extensive whiskey collection type of drinking a live stream, but he also is a whiskey noob, so we're gonna kind of walk him through it. On the nose, obviously.
At first, I had like just straight Sharpie in my brain.
Yeah, it's that whiskey noob, dude. That's that like.
But like now that I've been
sitting around
for 15 minutes now. Like,
so the hint when you're nosing a whiskey is you want to swirl it around, get the oils around the walls of the glass. Really accentuates that nose, and then when I put your nose in it, and if it gets too sharp or harsh, which this one might not since it's only 81 proof, but if it gets too sharp or too harsh, you want to just pull it away a little bit, just until it's not so bitey on your nose, until you start getting something a little bit on the sweeter side of things, and not in the astringent, sharpy notes.
It's like sweet, like.
So, for instance, I get like a sweet,
wood.
Sweet red fruit, total confectioner sugar, like very easy, sweet, and fruity with a little bit of oak, a little bit of caramel in there as well. All very light and sweet notes, specifically very sweet. In this one.
I picked up on the fruit right away, but then like the wood kind of took over now that I've been smelling it for 10 minutes.
Oh yeah. All right. So then when you're drinking it, you want to put it on your. So first sip can be relatively small. You're not going to get as much notes from the first note. It's kind of really to acclimate your palate to what you're drinking. But leave it in your mouth for a little bit. You don't need to switch it around. You can if you want. You don't need to. You just kind of leave it in your mouth for a little bit, kind of taste it a little bit, and then swallow and just like think about what happened in your mouth, kind of focus on flavors. And don't take it like a shot because contrary to popular belief, just throwing it down the guzzle actually makes it 10 times harder to drink. When you keep it in your mouth for just like a second or two, you salivate, it waters it down, it gets it nice and easy, your body's accustomed to it, you swallow it, it's nice. People take shots of like Patron or shots of whiskey and they make that like a face is because like they're just, it's bypassing all the good parts and just going straight into the, the burn.
Mm-hmm.
So
little Kentucky hug. Let's be very clear here. There's only two ways that I drink whiskey. I either sip it like this or I down third bottles. Like
yes, he really does just chug the bottles of them. But let's drink it.
Very fruity.
Yep, fruity. Honestly, so fruity is a great note. There's a little bit of I'm getting a little spice in here. I don't know if you get a little bit of spice.
A little.
Not a whole lot. Caramel's another good.
Caramel,
there's some sweet caramel in there.
Fruit is just like right there. Like as soon as it touches your tongue, you're just like.
Yep. Fruit. One thing that I noticed with this, being someone who drinks a lot of whiskey, is this is not very flat, but like relatively not much flavor. It's got sweet, easy, and likable notes, but it's definitely not full-bodied. I wouldn't consider this to be like amazing whiskey. If I got poured this blind, I probably would guess that it was something super low proof, which again it is. Peter White says Maker's American should work. Indeed. Casey says, "Oh, nice. What did you get?" I got him the. It was a Distiller Select, and it was a Jack Daniel's Distiller Select, or the Jack Daniel's Select, Jack Daniel's Distiller Select series, whatever. And the special box has Mr. Jack Dials on it. What? Spicy?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? So, The best way to do whiskey really is to kind of drink so many of them that you know the notes inside of them and compare. So like, it's hard for you starting with this to have it, but what you're going to do is, if you want to take one more sip, you can or whatever, but you're going to keep the whiskey in that glass and you're going to put it off to the side and remember where you put it, maybe keep them in a line. And then I'm going to pour you the next one, and as I'm pouring you whiskeys, you're going to keep all your glasses so you can go back and compare. Like, you know that this one has some red notes, fruit, some vanilla, sugar, and fruit, and the next one could have some brown sugar, dark chocolatey notes, and you can compare, and that's really kind of how your brain associates those different flavors. At least that's how it works for me. Michter's American is cotton candy to me. I can see cotton candy. That's not a bad note at all. 4-Leaf Whiskey's in the chat, says slanked everybody. 4-Leaf Whiskey, how are you doing? How is it going, Stacy? Mr. Derek Whiting says, question for everyone. A person at work bought a storage garage and it has 4 Jim Beam decanters full, sealed with sealed corks. It is still good to drink. Is it still good to drink? And do they have any value? The question would be,
how long have they been sitting there?
Depends if they're still good to drink. Sometimes they are, sometimes they're not. You kind of just have to open it up and pour it out to find out if the container corroded, if the whiskey's black like tar. Otherwise, yes, some of those do hold pretty great value. Some of them are worth, $20. It's just a matter of whatever. But also, the whiskey inside of it could be really good. It's old, so it could be sour, but it also could be like awesome because it's dusty whiskey. Mm-hmm. So, I don't know. I would love to gander. Is he giving it away for free? I'll take it.
I'll take a gander.
Actually, you know what, Derek? Tell him it's all garbage. It's shit. But luckily, you know someone who would take it off his hands so that he doesn't have to recycle it.
You're a horrible human.
Mr. Cheech Artolino is in the chat, says, rock on. Cheech, how's it going, man? Total cotton candy, he says about the Michter's American. Yeah, it's like that sweet confectioner, sweetener, that's really, presenting as cotton candy, I can absolutely see that. It's just like one of the sweetest whiskeys on the shelf, to be honest. But next up, we're going to grab a different bottle. So this one was around 81 proof. Oh, 81 proof.
Holy hell, did you guys hear that?
12-year-old voice crack?
12-year-old Holden came back for a second there.
Oh my goodness. So, Casey's also is cork still intact. That too. If there's a bunch of air in the bottle, it could be sour again. But yeah, that's all good things to look at and consider. The cotton candy of bourbon sounds like something I would like. It's not bad. I don't honestly the cotton candy note's good, but it's not necessarily my favorite note. I really love a dark sweet note. Mm-hmm. And cotton candy's not where I get that.
Not that, yeah.
So I actually
leprosy.
Okay. So now that Josh has had something that is a little young and low proof and easy to drink, we're going to bump him up to 90 proof, 45% alcohol whiskey, but 45% alcohol whiskey, which is true, technically. We're going to throw some age at him. So right now we got the Michter's 12-year, we have the Weller 12, which is very sought after bottle.
Jeez, easy, bro.
You don't want that much? Well, I want you to compare, so you don't need to drink all of it. Just kind of sip and then whatever. So Weller 12 is one of my, I wouldn't say favorites, but it's one that I actually really enjoy. Some people don't like it as much. Casey. Some people like it a lot. But overall, I think why do I keep saying that? Weller 12 has some amazing notes. And I just think it's good bourbon, especially for 90 proof. I think it does well in this class. But you know what? Let's nose it. It's just, Casey, I hate that you don't like this.
Does he not like the nose of it, or does he not like the taste?
I don't think he likes the palate. I think he doesn't like, or I think he likes the nose somewhat.
I like the nose.
I don't think he likes the palate. But I love both. I think the nose is awesome. So
I
this.
don't know what that is, but it smells.
So not only is this a 90 proof
caramel.
12-year whiskey,
Mhm.
this is also wheated. So
What does that mean?
typical whiskey. Okay, sorry, I keep saying whiskey. Typical bourbon. This is a wheated bourbon.
Mhm.
Typical bourbon has to be. The rules are 50% corn.
Okay.
And then at least 50% corn, and then the rest are rye and bar. Well, actually, I don't know if that has. I don't actually know if rye and barley are in the laws of typical bourbon, but because I don't think you need. I think the only like specific law for it to be bourbon is 50% corn at least, and aged in a new oak barrel and some other things. But typically, I'm not gonna say it's a rule, but typically bourbon is at least 50% corn, and then the rest is mixed up between rye and barley. Wheated whiskey or wheated bourbon is that same 50% corn because that's what it needs to be bourbon. And then instead of the rye, they'll put wheat in there. Rye kind of offers more of a botanical, spicy notes, whereas wheat kind of like takes that out of it. It's kind of a little bit more soft and easy to drink, a little bit more, sometimes a little bit more floury, a little bit more desserty, and like baked goods as kind of something that I get. I get like a little bit of a bready note when I drink wheated bourbon sometimes. And so at 12 years old, it's got age behind it. It's 90 proof, so it's higher than the last one, and it is wheated bourbon. So on the nose, what are you feeling for the nose here? If you want to just shout out some notes, there's no right or wrong answers, but you at this point,
I get like a caramely note. With,
yeah.
Like.
At this point, I'm not expecting you to
like
shoot out the notes like that, but you know, if you just kind of give me an idea of what you're smelling, I can kind of guide you.
Like a flower. I don't know what kind of flower it would even be though, but like just kind of
like a bouquet of flowers, or like a little florally aspect.
Yeah. A little fruit in there too.
Yeah. So okay, here's kind of what I get. Fruit, dead on. Absolute great red fruit aspects in here.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit of strawberry cherry action is what I get.
Mm-hmm.
I get a definite like a vanilla frosting, like a very sweet vanilla, but also a good amount of that caramel, like you said. The oak presence is also here.
Mm-hmm. I can smell that.
It kind of offers like a little bit of like depth and darkness to it, which again, it's higher aged whiskey, so you expect that.
I get like you walk into a greenhouse almost kind of smell with this.
Yeah, I don't get as much floral notes in this as I would like. I have some other whiskeys that definitely get floral notes. This one I don't get as much, but I can understand where you get floral from. I lean more toward a dessert, like a strawberry or a cherry cobbler.
Okay, yeah.
Like on the desserty aspect of this one.
Like I feel like this would go really good with like a cherry, like a pie or something like that.
Yep, like a cherry pie, which similar notes too.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, if you're done smelling the nose, let's drink it. Derek says, of course, have not been opened, still have the government seal on them. Okay. Old beam decanters may contain lead. Should be careful with those. Yes, indeed. Don't drink it if it looks like tar. That Weller 12 is great. Love me some Weller 12.
I'll drink a third bottle of it if it's black.
Yeah, Josh will drink anything, to be fair.
Got alcohol in it, I'm in.
Buffalo Bourbon Enthusiast says, cheers. Hey, man, how's it going? Welcome to the channel. How are you doing tonight? Oh, by the way, what is everyone drinking? What's everyone got in the glass? Because I'm kind of giving Josh a rundown of the whiskey world here, but I'm just curious to see what you guys are drinking tonight. Peter White says the best thing about Weller 12 is trade value. I know Big Peter. Why did I call him Big Peter? I was meant to call him Big Pete. But I don't know why I said that, because it's obviously Peter. But I don't know why Peter. I don't know why Peter doesn't like Weller. I mean, I know why he doesn't like it, but just I enjoy it. I don't know why. Maybe I'm weird.
To anybody who doesn't like this whiskey, put it in a blog.
Came late. Is that 2022 or 2023? This is 2023. Although I didn't know they were batched. But I got this in 2023. So that would be my guess. Hashtag embrace lead. Go lead poisoning. Hooah, Flint, Michigan. Wait, right? 2022 is okay, but 2023 is supposed to be phenomenal. Are they batched? Is this like these Wellers? Are they batched? I didn't realize they were batched. I mean, it's good. I like it. So maybe it is, and maybe it is phenomenal. I'm sure you said some unopened beam decanters are worth a good bit of money. They're potentially collectibles. See? Like I said, it's garbage, and you should give them to me. Derek Whiting says, all good points on decanters. I will keep those thoughts. And I like Bourbon a lot says, I got the 23. It's delicious. I'm so confused. I did not realize that Weller was batched. Anyway, he smells disappointment in that glass. You know what, Casey?
Excuse me.
That was... I'm going to make sure the lid's tight. Kind of
tasty.
Spoil the whiskey. Casey, it's good. Turkey 12, we need to try that. That's a bottle with a lot of flavor. That is a bottle with a lot of flavor, but it's not... This is Josh drinking...
You have that?
Huh? Yeah. This is Josh drinking beginner whiskey, not Josh drinking all my expensive whiskey when he doesn't know what the fuck's going on. Big Peter, what am I walking to? Bear Doyle. Cheers, welcome to it. So here on the channel, we like to talk about Big Peters a lot because, you know.
Well, we all have them, so.
Well, speak for yourself.
All right, just because you have a thumb drive.
Jim Beam Apple here is from Mr. Beano. That's a pretty good one. Yeah, Jim Beam Apple.
Crown Apple's better.
Go nuts.
No, I'm just kidding. It's a joke. It's a joke.
Laser code.
By myself, huh?
Let's see.
The code is like CO2027.
So if it's an L23, does that mean it's 2023? L23136 is my laser code. So does that make it 2023? Because if it is quite nice. Not a big Weller fan here, just some to me. L23 is 2023, now 2020. Okay, so it is a 23 batch, which is awesome. Good. I like it. So how do you feel? You drank it. Did you get another sip at all? Did you get to think about it? Go ahead and just take a minute and just think, gather yourself, and I want to hear your honest opinions. And Derek says, few straight bourbon whiskey in the new Brewer's Glencairn. Ooh. Nice. That sounds good. I'll have to come over and steal some. Sugar says, Klein Mish 14 for me tonight. Another great bottle. Although I don't know if I've ever had Kleinelish 14. But I believe you because I do like a nice aged scotch. The most disappointing thing about Weller 12 is a stupid screw top. I know, but the fun part is you can go like this. Oh, shit, I did that backwards. The fun part about the screw top is you can go like this and just launch it at your computer. But nothing's more fun though than selling a bottle, opening it up and flicking it, and it's just like, you just feel cool.
I don't know, pulling the cork off a bottle and then slamming a third of it is pretty fucking baller.
Yeah, but it would be so much more cool if you just went like this.
Yeah, true. I just went and then down the hatch. Let me try it.
No, that's not. Whoa! I know we're friends, but let's not take that to the next level.
Settle down. We that.
Okay, how are you feeling from this one?
My statement still stands and go good with the cherry pie.
So what kind of notes are you getting on here?
Cherry.
Cherry.
Red
cherry
fruit,
notes.
Almost like a it's like tart almost.
Yeah, it's kind of got. Sometimes I feel like I get a little bit of a citrus note on it.
Yeah,
like a light citrus, like a light orange rind, like orange peel.
Yeah, I can see that.
But
I definitely get a lot of like fruity tardiness.
Fruity tardiness.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And that's fair. Like I said, I didn't have a whole lot in my glass, but it is a whiskey that I fairly enjoy. But a lot of people don't, and I think part of the reason is because that kind of like citrus note that like I don't think everyone likes that. I don't think people like the way it's blended in there. Casey says, got some Turkey 12 and Old Forester King Ranch in the official Bourbon Bar Glencairn. Bourbon Bar Glencairn. Good choices though. Turkey 12, awesome. Old Forester King Ranch, good stuff. You know,
now that I tasted this just smells like chocolate.
Now that you what now?
Now that I tasted this,
yeah.
I took all the fruitiness out of this one.
Yeah.
And made it like chocolatey with like a caramel in it. Or I'm on drugs. I don't know.
I would say what you're thinking is chocolatey is actually like a confectioner sweetener, like just like sugar.
Yeah.
Like a confectioner sweetness in it. I don't necessarily get a whole lot of chocolate in that glass, but definitely I can see if you're like sometimes chocolate does have that confectioner sweetener taste to it. It's just that when you get one that has a little bit more chocolate in it, it's going to be a lot darker than that, which you'll see. But next up, we're gonna on our list, we're gonna go with the old Granddad Bottled and Bond. This is a Jim Beam product. So Bottled and Bond basically means that it needs to be 100 proof, all distilled in the same distilling season, all distilled by the same distiller, all distilled at the same distillery, and there might be more rules to it, but that's the gist of it, okay? So basically...
Loyal whiskey.
Basically when, back in the day when they were like making shit whiskey all the time because they were just trying to do it cheap, they came out with the Bottle and Bond Act, which actually Mr. Colonel E.H. Taylor, I think... Was it E.H. Taylor? It was him, right? Came up with the idea or had a very strong hand in putting forward the Bottle and Bond Act, which made it regulated and government regulated so that you couldn't just put random shit in your bottle and call it whiskey. So it's always typically pretty safe, or it used to be back then, pretty safe to grab something that was bottled and bond because it means it's regulated, it's at least 100 proof, it's all like, you know, one thing, you're not going to get fucked over. So the Bottle and Bond Act was a great thing in whiskey, but all it necessarily means to you now is that it's 100 proof, and I mean, realistically, in today's standards, almost everything is regulated, in America anyway. So Bottled and Bond, at least it feels to me, and I could be wrong, but it feels a lot less important. And really, the only thing I hear when I hear Bottled and Bond is 100 proof. So, but I gotta get some in my glass. So this, like I said, is a Jim Beam product. So each distillery sometimes kind of has its own unique flavor profile. And Jim Beam is very famous for, can you guess what flavor that Jim Beam is very known for? One of the flavors. I mean, Jim Beam's profile obviously has some specific flavors, but is there anything jumping out of the glue when you nose this that you're just like, I might know what that is? Sure, he says, weeders are known to often give some chocolate to them. That too, chocolate is a great note for a weeded whiskey. A.H. Taylor, yes. All right, so if you only had one bottle of whiskey available to you for the rest of your life, what would you choose? Asking everyone. I'm going to think about that, Casey. Actually, is it one bottle of whiskey or one, like does Booker's, like a different batch of Booker's, count as one bottle of whiskey, or is that bottle just refilling itself? You know what I mean? Like, because I would love a Booker's and have 4 batches to drink every year and just constantly getting different ones. They're all single barrels. Or are you talking like you have one store-picked single barrel and that one gets filled with the same juice 24/7? Is that what you mean?
Juice.
I just want to know. Sure, he says it has to be exactly 100, no more, no less. Has to be a minimum of 4 years as well. Oh, yes. So Bottled and Bond, that's the other thing. It has to be a minimum of 4 years old in order to be Bottled and Bond. One bottle only.
I don't know. There's like a note, but I don't know what it is.
Like imagine if you go to the store, it's the same bottle of whiskey every time. So you're saying, like, if this bottle got emptied, it would fill up. It'd fill itself up magically with the exact same whiskey. That's what you're saying, Casey?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what he's saying.
Okay. Okay, so you can't quite pick out anything, but you think there might be something familiar?
Mm-hmm.
Think on the line of nuts, peanuts, peanut butter, salty peanut dust, peanut shells.
Okay.
So, Old Granddad is a Jim Beam product, like I said. Jim Beam is very famous for their nut note. They have a lot of nutty presence in some of their whiskeys. Booker's especially is a big nut guy, just like me.
Nuts.
Love me some nuts. Nuts in the whiskey glass, gotta love it.
I'm actually in jeans right now, so my nuts are just screaming at me. I'm just like, dude, we don't do this.
Dude, don't put shorts on.
Should've.
Do you get any kind of nuts in there? It's okay if you don't, because this isn't the most nutty Beam whiskey that I have.
Really.
But, okay. So, what do you get, per se, on the nose?
Like wood.
I could get wood. Wood.
Wood I've smelled before.
Yes. Oh.
Wood I've definitely had in my mouth before.
Now it's getting questionable. But I can tell you I typically get a peanut note with a little bit of oak, some red fruit, some
let me set my nose palate.
Some caramel in here. It's kind of like oak, red fruit, peanuts, and caramel. It's kind of what I get. Between the nose and the palate, this is a nice, easier one. This one kind of offers a little bit more body than some of the other stuff. Coming in at a higher proof, obviously.
I always pick up on like the fruit notes first. I don't know why.
I have something that can change your mind for that. But you can go ahead and taste it whenever you're ready. Magic bottle sounds like someone traded in a few beans for a golden goose. That's true. You finish that bottle and go buy the exact same bottle at the store, but that's the only whiskey you can buy all the time, anywhere. Okay, but see, Casey, like,
I get the nut.
is it the same whiskey? Like, do they have a store pick and I'm buying a different store pick of that same bottle every time? Because that's just the way to go then. Like, if I bought a Blanton's, is each Blanton's that I buy going to be a different bottle because they're all single barrels? Or are they going to be the same single barrel of Blanton's? That's what I'm trying to ask, I suppose. So you said you get a little bit more of the nuts on the palate.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I do. I get nuts on the palate. Love me some nuts in the mouth. Some of the best times start with nuts in the mouth in whiskey. What else are you getting? Huh? What did he say?
I only focus on one note at a time.
One note at a time. And that, honestly, I don't expect you to do anything greater than that. The woody nuts in the mouth. Oh my. Indeed. That's pretty intense. Like camping. I like Bourbon Less says every time you enter the liquor store, it's just wall to wall, WLW. That wouldn't suck. Well, you're not wrong. That would be awesome. I would probably die. I've never even had WLW, but if I could, I would. And like, I want to try WLW, and I want to try George T. Stagg, and honestly, Eagle Rare 17. Put those three in a lineup. Let me try all of them. I just want to know which one I would like the best. Honestly, Stagg Jr. doesn't suck. Like, I can't imagine George T. Stagg would be any worse. No, the same whiskey. Okay. The same bottle, LOL, yeah. If it's a single barrel, it's going to be different. Okay, so if it's a single barrel, it's going to be different. Okay. In that case,
Booker's.
It's going to be a single barrel. Booker's technically is a batch product, so, like, that could be the same bottle.
He doesn't even know the rules of his own question, so, like, what?
I know. I would say... Actually, okay, let's keep talking about whiskey. I'm not going to think about it. And everyone else, guys, I'm curious too. Casey's question was, if you could have one bottle of whiskey to drink for the rest of your life, you go back to the store, You get the same bottle of whiskey every single time you go to the store. You can only drink one. What would it be? I'm curious now that he brought it up. Lucky bastard.
Right, where's my cigar?
I know.
He's probably watching us on the TV.
Oh, what a guy. Okay, so
what a little fucking bitch not inviting us out.
Unbelievable. Yeah, we could have live streamed in your shop, Casey.
Yeah,
figured out.
Fuck, dude.
So I said figured out. Fuck, you know what I'm saying? All right. Any other notes on the palate that you got?
Nutty, like almost like if you took a peanut with the shell on it and just chomped on it. Yeah.
So like peanut dust, a little salty, peanut dust. I respect it. I also get a little bit of, like I said, some caramel notes in there. A little less red fruit on the palate.
I didn't taste the fruit at all on the palate.
Okay, so we're working our way close to some barrel-proof products, but I think I want to go ahead and give you a rye before we do that, because that's going to throw you completely off.
Sweet.
And because, I'll give you a rye before we jump into the real hot, spicy stuff.
Well, when you get some water, I'll pour it out, and then do you want to grab my water out of my bag?
Yeah. Oh, I can just get you a glass of water. I can get some spicy water if you want.
Yeah, that works too if you want to make some spicy water.
I'll make some spicy water. Yeah, I'll get some spicy water. You go ahead and pour that. So that is, I'll explain it.
Yeah, just explain it. Willet? Is that how you say that?
Yeah,
Willet?
Willet.
Straight rye whiskey, rare released, handcrafted in Kentucky. It's 104.8 proof. Oh, blood. Workout program not making me stronger. Shit in it. Give me a bag. I don't want to not be able to drive home when I'm done, so fuck you.
I'll drive you home.
No, you won't. Yeah, then how are you gonna get back?
I'll drive you home in my truck and drive my truck home.
So then I just gotta come back and get my car?
Yeah.
That's fucking stupid. Okay.
Spicy water for the lab.
Fizzy water.
It's not fizzy, it's spicy. Okay, so this...
Might need my chicken in a minute again, too.
This is Willet's rye. This is our small batch rye. It is 104.8 proof, like you read, and it is 4 years old. And this is cask strength for this. So, like I said earlier, rye offers more. So, rye is the same as bourbon rules wise, except pretty close to the same as bourbon rules wise, except instead of being at least 50% corn, it has to be at least 50% rye. And a lot of ryes, they'll be 99, or they're 90% rye, 10% malted barley or something like that. Sometimes they're 100% rye. This one in particular, I can't really remember what the mash bill is because it doesn't say it on the bottle. But this is one of those ryes that actually has some specific rye notes. This is going to be a lot different profile than what you were tasting in the bourbon notes.
Mm-hmm. Think so?
So how do you feel on the nose of this one?
I'm not gonna lie, it smells dusty.
Dusty?
Yeah.
I mean, I like dusty. The thing is, I really enjoy this rye. I'm not
gonna lie, it almost smells like a damp basement.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Like a forest floor, a moist forest floor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely.
I don't know, just the first thing that came to
like a musty oak.
Yeah, almost like if you had oak cabinets in your basement.
Yeah.
And your basement was just super humid.
Yeah.
That's what it smells like.
So rye always, for me anyway, and for a lot of people, offers more on the spicy side of things. A little bit herbaceous is kind of where you're getting that mustiness probably from, is that your brain trying to work out why it's so herbaceous. Yeah. But botanicals, some people get dill is a really common note in some ryes, not all, but some MGP, ryes. You get a dill note, so like stuff like that, but also still for me offers like some caramel and some lighter fruit like apple, like green apples or oranges
Like
sometimes,
apple peel.
or oranges like apple peel or pears sometimes.
I was gonna say shit.
Sugar Kitty says, will it rise 75% rye, 11% corn, and 15% malted barley. So a higher aspect of rye than like some barely legal ryes. It'll be 51% rye. This is closer to 75%, so it's got a decent amount of rye, but still has a good amount of corn and malted barley, which prevents it from being overly, herbaceous and in your face rye forward.
I must get like the produce section at like a store.
Yep.
Like the cucumbers.
A cucumber don't. Interesting. Kind of like a refreshing green.
Yeah, it's like a refreshing
plant.
green, like
absolutely
in the garden type of smell.
I'm not mad at that. Do you got any spice on here? Like when I say spice, I'm talking like cloves or cinnamon spice, or nutmeg, stuff like that. It would be like some good examples of spice or rye spice. Because I do get a little bit of like a cinnamon spice on here. Not a lot, but just a hint of like a cinnamon spice.
I could maybe. I'm not saying I can draw it out specifically, but I don't know, maybe in the background a little bit.
Casey says if we could have, if I would have known it was going to be this nice out. Well, what the heck? In the South, they boil nuts. Some people have said bean products is like boiled peanuts.
I could definitely get that. That was this one, right?
Yes. Casey says La Flamme. Is La Flamme the bottle that you will drink for the rest of your life? Because hot take, but I'm not mad at that. La Flamme is... So is that batch then? Because fuck, I'd take Booker's at that rate. Well, actually, is it like I can find the bottle on my shelf every time I go? Because I honestly think I'd take Baker's 13. Or Parker's Heritage Double Oaked Bourbon. One of those two. I really like those bottles a lot. You won't have any trouble knowing what kind of whiskey that is. Very true. Effervescence. Dilly dilly. Indeed. Mason Grishaber says, after Jefferson's Tropics beat out Old Forester 1920 in my bracket, I'd go with Tropics as my never-ending bottle. Really? That is interesting. Also, welcome to it, Mr. Mason. I'm glad you're here. Nice to see you in the chat. That's hot take, but I'm not mad at that either. I have not tried the Tropics, but I have had some really good Jefferson's Oceans, so I believe that. Being on the woods, there's a particular chemical for that. Herbaceous, hashtag tipsy whiskey shenanigans. We got what are the odds that he's drinking the herbaceous whiskey and a tipsy whiskey shenanigans on Karen? Honestly, that's crazy. He says, no, that's the one you should try next. Sorry. Oh, gotcha. I think I have a toss-up of Turkey 12 and Weller 107 or a Maker's Mark Cellar Aged. Oh, fuck. I forgot about Maker's Mark Cellar Aged. We need to put that in the blind soon. Okay. How do you feel drinking this? How's this one doing for you?
Oh, I haven't tested it yet.
Drink it.
It's different.
This one's definitely bringing a little bit more heat. The proof is there compared to the last one that we were drinking. It is different, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It's very funky. You're getting that herbaceousness that comes from the rye notes. I actually do want to say I get a little bit of a dill in the palate of this, which I don't think I normally used to get, but a little bit of a dill note, like dill pickles, like dill, the spice dill, I enjoy it.
Yeah, I can get that.
But it's funky. It's one of those things that's fun to explore. You might not reach for it all the time, seeing as how much is gone, but...
Yeah, it's definitely not something I'd sit down with and drink all the time, but it's not bad.
Rye has its place in the world. especially for exploratory reasons. And I have some rye that tastes like just some of the best whiskey ever. This one is one of my favorites, the Parker's Heritage 10-year cast strength rye. But again, you just have to be aware that you're going to be drinking rye. It's going to taste different and be different than your other whiskeys.
Do you get like a smoky note to it at all?
I don't particularly get a smoky note from it.
I guess
but
I should say that I get like a smoky note on everything though. Like
that's
just
fair.
Something that I like.
Your brain also could just be associated with whiskey and cigars from whiskey and cigars, and you get kind of like subconsciously when you're drinking whiskey, it reminds you of when you smoke cigars, and you get like a smoky. Your brain just tells you smoke, but I don't really have any peated Scotch that I can give you right now. But that's a whole different world of craziness. So you have 4 whiskeys in front of you now. We'll bust out. I want to bust out a cast strength. I just don't know which one. It's because like I'm getting you fucking hammered here. I want to put this behind this High West. Right behind there. Casey says the flam, but I almost want to go ahead and give you something super desserty and dark. And something that's going to
knock my socks off.
Be awesomeness for you.
Oh, okay. And
that's going to be some Larceny Barrel Proof. Batch A124. So I'm going to give you a glass of that. This will probably be the last one that we do for you before we make you drink Malort. But then we're also going to have you A-B compare all these so you can really kind of like notice the notes.
Yeah, fair enough. Just take some out of this.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, just dump it out of there.
Maybe. Okay, so what we have here is the Larceny batch A124. That says here it's A batch. Me and Casey reviewed this, and it is really, really good whiskey. This guy comes in at 124.2 proof, so 62% alcohol. It is a hot son of a bitch, but the flavor notes of this are immaculate. And some of like my favorite kind of notes in that I get in whiskey.
Thanks, bud. I do drive home.
I do drive home. Just kidding. We don't approve of drinking and driving on the bourbon bar, okay?
I gotta like fucking wait like an hour and a half now.
That's okay. We'll go to the gym and play racquetball.
That's cool.
But anyway.
Oof. She's got a bit of a punch.
So this one is, like I said,
slammed my nose and I did that right.
So like in the beginning, remember how I said go in and then pull out? This is one of those ones you're really gonna have to focus more on because it's gonna jump out. It's got the proof behind it. It's gonna be hot. It's gonna be spicy. It's gonna jump out of the glass at you. So if you start getting that burning, kind of pull away a little bit and get some of those nice sweeter notes from the outside. Are you guys big into the maple finish bourbons? I haven't really had, I don't think, any maple finish bourbons. Maybe I've had like one. I really wanted the J. Henry maple finish that they offered, but I did not get one, and it was limited release, so I didn't get one. But I would love to try it. I'd love to try more maple finish. Casey says, I've only had a couple maple finish ones. Company Distilling makes a really good maple wood finish Tennessee whiskey. The old Jack Daniels distiller, Jeff Arndt, owns Company Distilling, in fact. Interesting. I actually did not know that, which is odd that Casey knows a whiskey fact that I don't know. But kudos, Casey. I guess he has spread his wings, and he's left my nest a long time ago. So I can't be surprised when he has nuggets of knowledge. Casey says, that was one of the first whiskeys that kicked off my addiction. Interesting. You never forget your first?
I did. For a long time.
So do you nose it, or do you only drink it?
I nosed it.
How do you feel on the nose of this guy?
I don't know, to be honest with you.
So, like the Weller 12, this is another wheated bourbon. So corn, wheat, barley in the mash bill. Do you know what a mash bill is?
Mm-hmm.
Keep telling this some fucker about mash bills. He has no idea what they are. So, when you're making whiskey, when you're making any distilled spirit, there's an ingredient that gets put into a mash, which is kind of like a beer, or like a stew of that ingredient, and then distilled. And that distillate is aged in a barrel sometimes, and then makes your product. So tequila, they use agave, which is a fruit type from Mexico, and they put that in and they boil it with water or whatever, and then they make like a mash, it's called, and then they distill it, and that makes tequila. And whiskey is a blend of things, typically corn, rye, barley, wheat type things. So the mash bill is the amount of corn, rye, and barley, or corn, wheat, and barley in that mash. So they take corn and wheat and barley and they put it in the water and they boil it or whatever. There's steps. I'm not a chemist. And they make a mash. They distill that. It comes out as a clear liquid at a high proof, like 125, rough around there. And then they take that clear liquid and put it into a barrel and age it. And that's where it gets the color from. It's where it gets a lot of the sweet flavors from, is the burnt oak barrels. Okay. So oak barrels are charred on the inside, so that's like burnt wood, and the whiskey hits it, absorbs all that flavor, gets pushed through a filter and into a bottle, and it makes whiskey.
Nice.
So,
learn something new every day.
Absolutely. So this one I get is very desserty. Like, think chocolate, nougat, oak, sweet oak, like caramelized, like sugary oak, brown sugar.
Brown sugar. I get that. I don't get the oak as much though.
So those are all notes.
The chocolate brown sugar for sure.
There's very dark notes in this bottle, which is one of the reasons I really enjoy it. It also has a little bit of light vanilla in it as well. So feel free to drink it whenever you're ready. Derek says the only maple finish I have is Jack Daniel's Old Number 27. I have tried that actually, I think. So that's another maple finish one I think I tried. Mason says, never heard of that one, Casey. Definitely sounds like something I'd enjoy. I have a few maple finish ones if you wanted to go do an episode with them. I'm a Wisco guy. Oh, sweet. Where are you from? What part of Wisco? Out of curiosity. That would be cool. I've heard of that one is good. Yes, indeed. Howdy, folks. Cheers. Biking Bourbon, man. How's it going? Welcome to it. How did you enjoy the weather today? Get out on your bike and ride some miles or what? Casey says, everyone smash that like button. Yes, guys, like the like and like the click. You guys know how it's done here at the Bourbon Bar. We don't take slackers in, okay? You gotta hit the like button, pay your dues. It's free. It won't cost you anything. But I love you.
Actually, this time it does cost you something. No, I'm
just kidding. Until you press it, then of course you're going to be charged with a fee. It's a measly $500 a month. It's okay. Just pay it to me. You won't regret it.
Yeah.
Did you drink it?
Yep.
How do you feel?
All right.
Hot?
Very.
Warm, eh?
It's fucking warm.
Yep. So this might be a little bit much for you at this point in your whiskey experience, but I figured I had to give you something on the higher end for you to know what it was like. But can you tell the difference body-wise, how much potent flavor this has versus some of the other stuff you're drinking tonight? Mm-hmm. And you're getting those sweet, desserty notes. You're getting that nougat. I'm a huge fan of the nougat in this one.
Like, you know what this would go really good with?
A Snickers bar.
Like my Scrooge's bar that I ate yesterday.
Yeah. Honestly, a lot of the larceny barrel crews come across as like a very like Snickers bar note. This one, it doesn't have as much nuts in it, I don't think. But that chocolate, caramel, nougat goodness is all notes I get in a typical larceny barrel proof, which is awesome.
Yeah.
So now let's pull all these glasses out front. Before you A/B them, do you have any standouts that were a clear you like this a lot better than the rest of them?
I can't remember which one it was. This one.
So we had Michter's American, Weller 12, Old Granddad, the Willet Rye,
yeah,
and then Larceny Barrel Proof.
That one just tastes like, or smells like basement to me. I like this one, the Granddad one.
The Old Granddad?
Yeah, that one was great.
That one is a favorite of mine. As you can tell, there's not much. I mean, this bottle is one of the newer ones on my shelf, and also one of the most empty. I do use it in cocktails though. This one makes a mean old fashioned.
Really?
Just FYI, and it's
all right, I'll take one.
damn near dirt cheap. This is like $20-ish
Oh, nice.
for like really good whiskey. So I love me. Actually, this was a recommendation. I think. Hanging AZ loves Old Granddad Bottled and Bond. So they also have a 114, which I really love. It's down there. But that one's 114 proof. I kind of like that more neat. I don't mix it as many old fashions. I don't want to waste it. It's around the same price actually, but it is really good. I do love this for old fashions though because can't beat that 100 proof. Just makes a great old fashioned.
Gives it a little kick.
Get a little kick. Okay, so now let's A/B these. So you know somewhat these notes. This kind of nose back and forth and just like compare. Like now that you know what they all smell like,
yeah.
Just try to pick out subtle differences. Just go through them like once and just kind of tell me if you smell anything different than you did the first time. Feel free to take a small sip again. Yeah.
I don't remember what I said for everyone though.
Appleton. Oh, nice. I'm in Appleton quite often. Casey's in Little Chute. So that's really close. Yeah, we should absolutely do something. Casey says you don't have to like Joshua to be in this live or to like this live stream. That's facts. That's facts. Now, honestly, I don't even like him. He's only here because he begged me.
I was on my knees for it. please let me on your live. I really want to be on your live.
A stone's throw from me. Yeah, well, that's fair. That's a hop, skip, and a jump, right around the corner. Where is that stud from AZ? Haven't seen him all night. I know, what the heck hanging?
Where are we going this weekend?
I don't know yet. We'll discuss later.
Fair enough.
I'm not sure what the plan is right now. But
I know there is a plan, that's all I know.
I don't know if they've solidified. There was a plan, but it might be changing. But anyway, okay, so that one's a Victor's American that you're currently smelling, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that one is the Weller 12.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about them? You've gone through a bunch of whiskeys, you drank a bunch of different stuff.
I feel like this one is like stronger.
Yeah.
Just in like every aspect.
There's a lot more coming at you now.
Yeah. I guess I don't like smell. This one smells like.
I love Weller 12. Why is Weller 12 so good? And Casey hates it. There's so many people that hate it actually.
Really?
Peter hates it. Well, he doesn't hate it, but he doesn't love it. Sugar Hitty also again doesn't hate it, doesn't love it. It's nothing special either.
The nose is great.
I got that for $30.
The nose is good.
I would
taste.
Again, I've said this a million times, like a broken record. I would not pay secondary prices for Weller 12, but at $30, I mean, come on, $30
for $30.
That's just good whiskey for $30. Can't beat it. I mean, you can beat it, but like, it's fucking good, you know.
It's better than that Traveler's bottle that I bought for $40.
Oh yeah, absolutely it is. So Maker's American, how do you feel about it? You drank all these whiskeys. How is it? Just a consensus on how you feel. You can also rank them if you want. Just like put one up here and 4 and 5 back here, and just like push them around if you want.
I'll go left to right on best to worst. Like
well,
as I go. So like.
No, don't do that. Just push them because they're in order right now the way you drink them.
Yeah, true.
So just push them forward. So like 1 you put up here, 2 would be here. Okay. That's how I always do it. It works the best. Casey says, so Holden, did you answer my question from before?
I got a note off this too, though. Or a note off this now.
Yeah, I mean, that could be that weededness of it, giving you that nut note. It's not, I can't say I don't know for sure if I've ever gotten that nut note. In the Weller 12, I might have.
No, not the Weller 12, the first one.
Oh, the Michter's American.
Yeah.
That I have not gotten a nut note from. I just get a lot of sweet confectioner, red fruit.
I like this one.
Yeah, the old granddad is awesome.
How much you say this bottle was?
$20-ish, give or take, 23.
It's not bad.
No. Casey, to answer your question,
Very fruit oriented.
I'm going with Baker's 13. I am. I asked to be Baker's 13. I don't know. I can't think of a different model that I have that I think is better than Baker's 13. And if I'm going to find it on the shelf every single time I go to the store, I'll take it. Now, if I had tried WLW or George T. Stagg, that's a different option. Or if you said that allocation doesn't count, if allocation did not count, I would say,
Yeah, this just smells like basement.
give me a bottle of Calumet 15.
I forgot that shit was strong. Fuck. I just blew my nose hairs off.
Oh my goodness. You can feel it behind the eyes.
I love the smell of this one though. It's like so like it's like rich.
Yeah, it's got body, and that's why. So at this point, wow, am I really lagging that much?
Yep.
Hold on. The internet just took a small dip. I just want to make sure that we're still talking. We're still talking on here. Okay, paused. Is it going to resume? Am I really lagging that much? Okay, well, we can hear it. Oh, okay, the visual's back. Wow, that's so garbage. Okay, but we're back to normal. Stupid T-Mobile. Okay.
TDS. This is the order.
So, in last place for Josh with the rye. It's not surprising. Honestly, like, as a beginner in whiskey, you kind of get a rye after drinking bourbon, and you're like, it's weird.
Like, what the fuck?
It's weird.
Yeah. And
as you get more adventurous, you kind of enjoy the weirdness. But understandably, as of right now, rye's in last place.
Mm-hmm.
Fourth place came with the Maker's American.
Mm-hmm.
Which, I could expect that. The Maker's American is good whiskey for what it is, but at that proof, it doesn't offer a whole lot. It's just some sweet juice. In third place, going up to the top three, he put the Weller 12 here. Why did you put Weller 12 in third? Is there something particularly?
I just love the fruitiness of this.
Okay.
More than.
So in second place, Josh put Old Granddad Bottle and Bond for the sole fact that he likes the fruity aspect of it, which again, I love that bottle. It's a great bottle.
I put this one as first just because it's so much fuller and so much more flavorful.
And that's where proof whorism begins. Is the body that you get in a full-bodied, full-proof whiskey is just it's hard to beat sometimes. Mm-hmm. So Josh's order is first place Larceny, second place Old Granddad, third place Weller 12, then fourth Maker's American, and last place the Weller Rye. So, not so bad.
That's strictly off of smell.
Off of smell.
If I did it off taste, I don't know.
Do it off smell and taste.
Should I?
Yes. You don't have to retaste them all, but just based off memory of how you perceive them. Peter says, I love Weller 12 for trade value. Not many are getting it for 30. Very truth.
This might shock and offend some people, but I think it would probably just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh. Okay,
I just think, honestly, with me being so inexperienced, this just had
blew your palate up.
Yeah, just
yeah, and much. Understandable, and that's something that
it's
you get used to.
It's
but
these are it's like a gateway drug, and then this is like heroin.
Yeah, for sure.
Something you have to work towards. You can't just do it right off the rip.
Very, very true. Yes, so he said that he would put the Old Granddad in first if it was based off of everything, nose and palate. That's not even, I can't even be mad at that. Neither can the rest of the world. People know Old Granddad is some gangster
It's
shit.
good.
It's good. And Miller 12 coming in second. That's pretty clear. Mixers American shocked that even with the harshness of this, it still didn't get above Mixers American for you. I guess Mixers American is just so easy.
Yeah, I think that's really what it was. Like, I could just pull more out of this because that just like fucking blew my face apart.
Right.
And I was like,
how many sips of the cast strength did you have?
Of that?
Yeah.
I think like 2. And
Okay.
I was like, okay.
Sometimes you just need to get used to it, but not gonna make you drink a full glass of cast strength whiskey when we're on a hardcore diet.
I'm good.
So, yeah.
And I didn't eat a whole lot today because of the diet, so like.
Exactly. So, but I say it went pretty well.
Yeah. No, it was fun.
So, how
Better
do you
than
feel?
I expected, to be honest.
Yeah, going forward, if I were to give you whiskey, do you feel like you'd confidently be able to somewhat
pull a note out of it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And enjoy it and
yeah.
Like if I'm giving you come over and I say, here's a bottle of Redwood Empire Grizzly Beast, important, you're gonna be able to be like, oh, that's nice, that's different than the last thing I drank.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
like before you give me stuff and I'm like, oh yeah, it smells the same as the last shit. It
smells like Sharpie, which
I'm just like,
a lot of people
cool.
think. You are not alone in the assumption that whiskey smells and tastes like Sharpie. But
now I don't.
After you're able to compare them side by side and drink good whiskey, which is very important, you can tell the difference. And then the like goodness in them. So that's always fun.
Yeah.
But that's just about all we have time for, with the exception.
Damn, I thought he forgot. I got excited. I was like,
I would never forget.
You'd turn it back on, wouldn't you?
I would turn it back on and make a whole new live stream just for the Malort. So we're going to close this out after a little Malort action. Not going to give him a full one because we may go to the gym after this. So I'll just give you a little halfie.
Thank you. Half a bottle.
Yeah, so this is for me. This one's for you. No, I'm not taking any Malort.
No, if I'm taking some, you have to.
Not a chance. That's not the rule of the Bourbon Bar. The rule of the Bourbon Bar is if you lose a game, you may end up taking Malort. If it's your first time on the channel, you may end up taking Malort. If it's your first time drinking on the channel, that is. So, that being said, let's get it on the hatch. Josh is no stranger to...
no, this is light work.
Do you need some spicy water?
No, I don't even need water. This is nice.
Yeah.
Honestly, this is just a refreshment. Like, do you want me to do the whole thing, or do you just want me to fucking down it?
You can just do it however you want.
Malort. I'll have another.
There it is. And he's going to keep the straight face.
It's not bad. Like, I don't understand. Like, people are just like, oh my god, it's so gross.
It activates a gag reflex. Like, a deep-rooted, like, it's not, like, the flavor is bad. It does taste like dog shit. Like, it tastes like earwax. But, like...
Why do you know what earwax tastes like? Anywho.
It really is, like, the...
It's just the aftertaste.
Knee-jerk...
sucks.
Oh, yeah, no, it doesn't actually... If you catch it in your mouth, which I've done this before, it doesn't taste physically that bad in your mouth. It tastes like a little bit like spicy, sweet, spicy.
It just gets stuck.
And
then it just marinates.
Oh, yeah, you gotta let that one marinate.
Like a bitch.
Oh, disgusting. Absolutely salivating at the thought of drinking Malort. Peter says he found an old Ezra 7-year, 101 proof buried in the bar. Been a while. Oh, I like my old Ezra cast strength store pick. Or my Ezra Brooks cast strength store pick, mind you. Very good whiskey. AZ was around yesterday, so we must have been busy today. But that being said, thank you for being on.
Thank you for having me.
That's the end of the live stream, everybody. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you guys are licking the like and liking the lick. I mean, come on. What is this?
Or I'll lick you.
The 70s? Wait,
no, I can't say that because some of you guys would like that. So
I would. But realistically, guys, if you guys aren't subscribed to the channel, which I know most of you are, but I did see some new faces in the chat tonight, so if you guys would do me a favor and please subscribe to the Bourbon Bar, I'd love that, and I appreciate it so very much. And thank you all for being here. As always, we love you, and we will see you all in the next class. Cheers. Holy shit. Okay, everybody. Thank you all, and have a wonderful night. Oh, by the way, make sure you guys go and check out all the other people who are going to be live streaming tonight. Part of the TGIT crew. You got 21090. It's probably on already or up next. Sugar Kitty will absolutely probably tell you who's on tonight if you guys want to stay tuned for whoever Sugar Kitty comments, if he's still in here right now. Also, Peter White says Alberta, Quebec, and PI. The drinking age is 18, 19 everywhere else. 21 is too long to wait. That's wild. Why don't I just go to Canada? What the fuck? Anyway, thank you all for being here. Go check out all the other channels who are streaming tonight, and have a great night. See you all in the next class. Cheers, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.